Hey everyone, how are you doing today? Hope you're doing well. So do me a favor before we get started. I need you to hit this like button. If you're not a subscriber, I need you to do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you will not miss the episode. Also, check me out on IG, elevation_mentor. So how are you today? So today I'm going to talk about the stock market. Which one will make you rich faster? Is it the growth ETF or the dividend ETF? So we're going to get into stocks. Speaking of stocks, if you are not in the stock market, check out the link below and join the waitlist for the investment group. So, which is better? Which will make you rich faster? The growth ETF or the dividend ETF? So, we're going to talk about some of the differences between the two and we'll give the result in the end. So, some of the pros of the growth ETF. So, the pros of the growth ETF. It's exciting to watch price appreciation. Example would be Nvidia, where you can just see it shoot up. And usually it has media headlines. Um, some people pay attention to it, other people don't, but usually it will hit the media headlines after the fact. So those are the growth ETFs. Exciting to watch the price appreciation shoots up. Another pro of the growth ETF is that the businesses, they can hire the best talent. So this is the growth ETF. One example of a growth ETF would be SCHG, for example. One example of a growth stock would be Microsoft. Keep in mind, this is not financial advice. It's just information. All right. So those are some of the pros of the growth ETF. Exciting to watch this price appreciation, especially if you're in it and you can see your account dramatically doubling, for example. So looking at the cons, what are some of the cons of the growth ETF? Well, generally, the growth ETFs, they don't pay a dividend, or if they do pay a dividend, it is very small. Also, it is high risk. An example of that would be the company Lucid. If you remember, they were trying to be the next Tesla. So their shares of stock went from $55 down to $2. So it's highly volatile with the growth ETFs. Another con is generally these are newer companies. So the newer companies are in the growth ETF sector. And then the con is that this price appreciation is not predictable. It could happen and it could not happen. So unpredictable, more volatile. So this is the growth ETFs. An example is Nvidia. Nvidia had the headlines. So generally, some of them will have the headlines, and that is the growth ETF that you're looking at. Nvidia is an example. Okay, so we'll go over to the dividend ETFs. The dividend ETFs. So the pros of the dividend ETFs. So these are more dependable. The stock, it will go up or it will go down, but they're dependable. The dividend ETFs, they've been around for a while, so they have a long track record. Also, with dividend ETFs, the companies are paying you from their profits, and your annual income will be higher as a result of that. So, not only are you seeing this price appreciation if the stock goes up, but you're getting the dividend also. And you're getting a dividend whether the stock goes up or whether the stock goes down, because the company is paying you just for being a part of the company. So you're getting the dividend regardless of what the stock is doing, and your annual income will be higher because you're getting dividends. Okay, so what are the cons of the dividend ETF? The cons of the dividend ETFs are that the dividends are not always guaranteed. The company can decide to raise the dividend, or they can decide that they want to take the dividend away and stop giving dividends. So that's one of the cons. Also, with dividend ETFs, you'll have to pay taxes on the dividend income. Now, this can be avoided if you use a Roth IRA. All right, so those are some of the differences between the growth ETF and the dividend ETF. So an example of a dividend ETF would be SCHD. That's an example of a dividend ETF. Example of a stock that pays dividends would be Visa. That's an example of a stock that pays dividends. And they increase their dividends every year. All right, so those are some of the differences between the growth ETF and the dividend ETF. So now we get to the question, which one is better? Which one is going to make you richer faster? But when you look at the growth ETFs, example being NVIDIA, example being SCHG, example being Microsoft stock, you will get there quicker. It will take less years with the growth ETFs. You will get there faster. However, when you go over and look at the dividend ETFs, it will take longer to get there. Again, examples of the dividend ETFs are SCHD, that's an example. Also, Visa is an example of a dividend paying stock. So when you look at the dividend ETFs, it will take longer to get there. However, your income will be larger because you're getting paid dividends. So when a company pays dividends, say for example, they're throwing 50 cents into your account this month, or they're going to throw $3 into your account this month. Those increase from year to year if the company is a successful company. So say, for example, they're paying you 50 cents every quarter. So every year that grows. So from 50 cents, just an example, $2. So that's an example of what is happening when you are in a dividend ETF or dividend paying stock. It will take longer to get there, but your income will be larger because of the dividend. Like you have the dividend, and also the dividend is increasing every year. Right? So those are some of the differences between the growth ETF and the dividend ETF. So when it comes to investing, it's pretty much a good idea to just do a balance instead of focusing on one. Just balance it out. Diversification is the key. So feel free to let me know, what are you doing on your end? What are you doing over there? Feel free to let me know that in the comments. Just wanted to share that with you, some of the differences between some of the things that are going on in the stock market. So you have these stocks, but they're doing different things. Some are paying dividends, Others are not. Some are growing fast. Some are growing slow. So just pointing out some of the differences of what's going on over there in the stock market. All right. So feel free to leave your comments below. I am going to head out. On your way out, don't forget to hit this like button. Also, hit the subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you won't miss the episode. Also, do me a favor, check out the pin link below, and I need for you to sign the petition. Just go ahead and look around and see what is going on. There's something horrible going on, and they're able to hide it from the public. So check it out, see what's going on. I need for you to scroll all the way to the bottom. You're going to see the word petitions. I need for you to sign it, and you can sign it anonymously. That is fine. So look for the one that says filmmaker Emmanuel Lee and sign that one. All right. So thank you for watching, everyone. Have a good rest of your day. Bye for now.